Hey friends, so in this video we're going to be going through our math lesson for April 22nd. And what you're going to need today is your sharp pencil. You will need your My Math Volume 2 workbook. And I would also like for you to have your fraction tiles. We're actually going to be using these as we go through our lesson today. So let me give you a little overview of how lessons are going to work when we're using our math textbook. What'll happen is I'm going to do the first few pages with you. So in just a minute, I'll flip my camera around. I will actually show you the book and show you step by step what it looks like as I'm working through it. And then after we finish that, I'm going to give you a couple of pages to do on your own. So for example, today we're going to do pages 569 through 571 together. And I won't be taking a grade on that. That's just us practicing together. But then you're going to turn the page. You're going to do pages 573 and 574 on your own. So I'm not going to record any of that, but I'm going to expect you to do it by yourself. And these instructions are also posted on LMS under today's assignment. So if you didn't quite catch what pages, it's no problem. Just check on LMS and it'll tell you what to do. All right, let's get started. You need your book, your fraction tiles, your pencil. Open up to page 569. All right, friends, here we are, page 569, and we're ready to get started. Have our book, pencil, my fraction tiles, Baby Yoda. Here we go. Now, there's a lot on these pages, and all we need to do is read carefully, take it step by step. We're going to be fine. All right, unit fractions. A fraction is a number that represents an equal part of a whole or an equal part of a set. Right, that's something we know. A fraction is an equal part of a whole. Example number 1. Danny shares his granola bar with Steph. He broke it into 2 equal pieces. What fraction of the granola bar did each receive? So we want to model the whole granola bar. They have it here, they have 1 whole. Beautiful. Place 2 equal-sized fraction tiles so that the combined length is equal to 1 whole. Okay, 2 equal-sized pieces. Well, these 2 are equal-sized, but do they make 1 whole? Nope, they're too small. This one? These? How about this? These are bigger. No, we need 2 equal-sized pieces that when we slide them up, they make 1 whole. What fraction tiles did we place? We placed what tiles? We placed 1/2 tiles. So each person received 1 out of 2 pieces, or 1/2 of a whole granola bar. Not too bad. A unit fraction represents 1 equal part of the whole. So the top number of a unit fraction is always 1, whether we have 1/2, 1/8, 1/4, 1/6, or 1/3. We're just talking about 1 out of the whole. Okay, that brings us to example 2. 1 whole is divided into 4 equal parts. What unit fraction represents 1 equal part of the whole? So here is our 1 whole, and I want you to get your bars, and I want you to build what they have here. I don't need these guys anymore. I have 1 whole, and now I need 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 equal parts. The unit fraction is 1 part out of the whole was partitioned into 4 equal parts, so 1 out of 4. The unit fraction is 1/4 or 1/4. Not too bad. Let's turn the page. Example 3. Ian made a loaf of bread as his final project in health class. That sounds like a fun health class and a tasty one. He divided the loaf equally among some students. Each student received 1/8 of the loaf. Into how many equal parts did Ian cut the loaf? use the fraction tiles 1 whole and 1/8. So friends, we need to see how many 1/8 does it take to make 1 whole. All right, are we there? Nope. 1, does 2? Nope. 3, are we there? Nope. 4, we're halfway there. 5 1/8, nope. 6 1/8, nope. 7 1/8, almost there. 8 1/8, yes, 8 1/8 is the same as 1 whole. And it says use the fraction tiles to model the whole and 1 whole divided into equal parts, and we want to draw our models. So what that is saying is make a quick sketch of 1 whole and then how many 1/8 did it take. So I'm dividing it in half. Now I've got 4 equal pieces. I'm dividing each of those 4ths in half, and now I have 8 1/8. Count the equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can also count them here. There are 8 equal parts. Label each equal-sized part 1/8. I don't really have room. If you don't have room, that's fine, because we can see 1/8 is written on each of these 1/8-sized pieces. So Ian cut the loaf into how many equal parts? 8. Okay, we're doing great. Guided practice. Divide the whole into equal parts. Then label each part with its unit fraction. Okay, so if we want to divide this into 2 equal parts, how many lines do I need to draw? Here's a hint. However many parts that you need to cut it into, you always draw 1 less line. So what's 1 less than 2? Just 1. We only need to draw 1 line. And just do your best to make it equal. Mine's pretty equal. Just do your best. And now we need to label. This is 1 out of how many equal parts? 2. It's okay if your number goes outside the box. It's a small space. Here, how many is this? It's 1 out of a total of 2 equal parts. Good. And if you wanted to, could you build that? Sure. 1, 2 equal parts gives me 1 whole. Let's try 4 equal parts. This is where our folding really helps us. When we folded it in half, and then we folded it in half again. So we want to cut each of these halves in half. If I have 4 parts, that means I should have drawn 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. Did I do it? Yes, I did. Now to label 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. Good. Okay, number 3, we need 8 equal parts. Friends, think of how we divided this paper strip into 8 equal pieces. First, we divided it in half. So we're going to divide this in half. Okay. Then we folded it in half again. So we need to divide each of these halves in half. Now I have 4 pieces. I need 8 pieces. So I need to divide this 4ths in half again to give me 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have 8 equal parts, which means I should have drawn 7 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. And each of these we know is 1/8. So it's hard to fit them all in here, but do your best to label each part as 1/8. Fantastic. Next page. Last page we're doing together. Divide into 3 equal parts, divide into 6 equal parts, and then label each part with its unit fraction. So like 1/6. Okay, thirds. Do the best you can. What you might want to do for this, friends, is if you're having a hard time making equal sized lines, get out your 1 whole, line up your 1/3 pieces, and look at where the split is at. See how there's 2 lines here. We want to make 2 lines here. Try to space them about the way that you see it on your fraction bar. Okay, my thirds. Now it's time for 1/6. Here's the hint. You make thirds, then you divide each third in half to give you 6 equal parts. 6 parts, 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Labeling these guys, and we're moving on. Great, awesome. Write how many equal parts. Shade 1 part, then write its unit fraction. 1 step at a time. Write how many equal parts? 1, 2, 3, 4. Shade 1 part. How many have I shaded? 1 out of how many? 4. So my unit fraction is 1/4. A unit fraction is 1 out of your total number. All right. How many equal parts? 2. Shade 1 of them. 1 out of how many? 2. 1, 2, 3 equal parts. Shade it. 1 out of 3 is shaded. Ooh, take a look. How many parts does number 9 have? It still has 3, even though it looks different from number 8. Remember, fractions are all around us, and they look very different, but they're still fractions. 1 out of 3. All right, down to our last part. Circle the correct unit fraction for the shaded section of each model. So we're just looking at the picture and we're telling how much is that. We always start by saying we have how many equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 equal pieces. Is one of them shaded? Yep. So we have 1/4. How many equal pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is one of the 8 shaded? Yes. Ooh, this one's tricky. It's either 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Notice how I just put a little dot in each one as I was counting it. 2 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3 equal pieces. One of them shaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal pieces, and one of them is shaded. My friends, you are going to do 573, 574. They look just like the ones that we did together. This one you know because you've been folding construction paper. Use your vocab words to help you here. Take your time, work hard. You can do this. Go Dolphins.